Greetings, YouTube, as my voice continues to be an issue. This is quite the forum post to talk about. This is essentially a dare. This is like when your partner gives you an ultimatum and suddenly your partner can turn into your ex. Or maybe you do the ultimatum and you get stronger. I don't know how you live your life. I don't know. Maybe this is a blow-up doll. I don't know what we're talking about. What I do know we're talking about is 7-star Morbius. And I don't know, I thought compared to last year especially, which I was an idiot and just forgot to spin like one of the categories of tokens, like the summer camp tokens with the numbers. So I just have some in my stash that I'll never be able to use. And they haunt me because I think they're worth like at least some tier 2 alpha or tier 5 basic. You know, something, especially a year ago, that was highly valuable in the game, and I just didn't spin them. I just forgot. Not Kabam's fault. I just forgot. And maybe I wasn't the only one. Maybe I wasn't the only one who was not the biggest fan of the Summoner store that felt more confusing than exciting. Because right now, as far as I can tell after buying the first 4 weeks of 7-day passes, the only thing you really need to collect are the Morbius tokens, depending on your progression, that guarantee you a 7-star Morbius. Now, here's the interesting thing about this kind of question. It presumes that you're going to spend $25 or $30 to eventually, after about 90 days, get a 7-star Morbius. YouTube, let me just remind you, 7 stars right now, according to Kabam, are worth well over $100. A 7-star crystal might cost you, especially if you're just spending units and they're targeting like low spenders or free-to-play players that hoard units. You could be looking at $200 worth of units. We're talking about a 6,000 unit asking price. And that's for a crystal that could easily give you a 7-star Gambit or 7-star OG Spider-Man or someone else that, you know, sometimes people love those champions, but they may not be the best champions for what you're looking for. So $25 or $30 for a specific 7-star is unheard of. And obviously, there are a lot of people watching this who say, yeah, but Prof, I only get the 5-star, or I only get the 6-star. Well, you also have 90 days maybe to progress to get that. I can't remember if you start off as Cavalier and end up as Paragon, which is pretty hard to do in 3 months. Maybe you start out as Thronebreaker and end up as Paragon if you can, you know, it's whatever the progression title at the time of the purchase is. I would imagine that would be the case, but maybe Kabam wants to not do that. It wouldn't make sense for them not to do that because you're just incentivizing people to want to progress. Anyhow, Winnie says, we can all agree that we have been seeing Kabam slip up a few times in the last couple weeks, to the point that I am skeptical about how I approach this game, and even more, how I spend on it. I feel that's a bit silly that Kabam's main strategy to sell us the Platinum Triple Pass is a 6-star / 7-star Morbius, but there is absolutely no info found anywhere to see if he is a champ he actually won or not. Like, come on, Kabam. What's his class, abilities, synergies? I know that even if they share us that info now, they can just rebalance him hours or weeks or months or even years later, but still, some info is better than nothing for 3 months. Taking all of this into consideration, I will gladly enjoy the normal pass until Kabam tells us more about this champ. So this is literally a ultimatum to Kabam. I get the concept, but this could literally be the worst 7-star champion of all time. And I still think for $25 or $30, they're worth it. But y'all, it's not just $25 or $30 for Morbius. That's what makes this argument so deceiving. You get so much stuff, so much bonus stuff during those 90 days, from Paragon crystals, depending on your progression level, I guess, to 6 stars, to maybe even 6-star Nexus, to a ton of units, energy refills, revives, even some tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha. And look, I am not some marketing shrill for Kabam. I'm not trying to overhype something. I'm just telling you, compared to what it usually costs, this is like 90% off. Maybe even higher than that by the end of it. So even if Morbius is terrible, And even if he's just a trophy champ in the most classic sense of the term, like Kang was for so many years, or Thanos, which is weird and sad to say, he's still worth it. With that being said, we have a bunch of people like Grounded Wisdom. Suit yourself, I'm getting him either way. Because I get paid by Kabam to be on the forums 24/7. Kabam Mike says, as this is just early access to a normal release, we are not ready to share that information and won't be until October. So, again, if they were asking $100, yeah, I agree. Heck, maybe even $50. But it's half that if you get the pass. Or if you want to do $10 a month, same price as the Black Ice store, $30 after 3 months. Either way, the value is incredible. If you're not going to spend, don't spend. But it's going to be worth it regardless, even if you're disappointed with 7-star Morbius. And that is my conclusion for this video.